Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. Hope that you've had a great week and that the weekend has started well for you as well. So, starting with Art Not Commerce tonight. It seems like we saw that not so long ago, but it was voted for again over on Patreon, so therefore we will take a look at it. Right, now, on tonight's live stream, we have much of the same shenanigans, whatever they're going to be, as we get through the live stream, but we do have a really interesting picture corner that's going to be coming up later on. And, I mean, Laura will already know about this, but then maybe some of you already know about this because of the AI images that Laura has linked me to. And I don't want to give away too much, but they are AI images of aliens or an alien and me. And the thing is about AI is that somebody sent through a picture before on a live stream and it wasn't particularly good or accurate to me. But the AI is certainly learning very quickly because, yeah, I mean, one image in particular is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, obviously it is unbelievable because it's an alien and me. But I mean, the AI representation of me is, yeah, unbelievable. So we'll look at that later on. That's going to be in Picture Corner. And we usually get into that after the cover video. So stay tuned for an AI image or two. But hello to all of you in the live chat room. Who do we have in there? We have Julesy, Debbie, Tammy, Drene65, Elaine, Joe, Pauline, Christine, Bella, Dawn, Laurie, Vera, Ro. And Rose says aliens coming. Yes, a little bit later on. Tammy, PM112, Cindy, Bob's in the house as well. Billy, 123, Rockchild, Debbie, Dawn again, Janice, Gail, Linda, Julesy with a picture of an alien's face. Tammy's in there as well. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. And let's get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. And their names go across the bottom of the screen throughout the whole live stream. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are. Another thing that happened, I think it must have been close to when we're going live because I'm pretty sure yesterday we were still on 333,000 subscribers, but now we are at 334,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone for subscribing. And there we go. It's official now that it's on screen. So that means within the last two live streams, we've gone up by 1,000 before each live stream. So, yeah. Again, the peaks and troughs of the subscriber count. Sometimes it goes up quickly, sometimes it doesn't. But hello to anybody that's subscribed recently. Thank you for doing that, hitting the thumbs up, interacting with the videos, and yeah, just subscribing in the first place. And if you want to get notified for all of the videos, make sure that you hit the notification bell when you subscribe. So yeah, 334, which is a ridiculous number, but we'll keep on pushing forward, see where we end up. And the same things happened again. The crowd stopped, but the number didn't go. And now it's worked again. So I don't know why it does that, but we are back to normal now. Oh, by the way, as well, we are aiming for a huge likes goal tonight of 385. I'm trying to remember when the target was this high, if ever. It might be getting close to the highest target ever attempted on live streams on the channel. So if you can leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. And sometimes for the Christmas Eve live stream and the New Year's Eve live stream, we have quite high goals then, but I mean this is way up there, 385. So yes, every single thumbs up would be massively appreciated. If we hit the goal of 385, then we're going to have Phil Jam number 66, is it? I can't remember, it's too small on my screen to see. And let me have a look over here. I don't think Joe has bumped the list, but from the last time it was number 65, so it must be number 66 that we're going to be having a go at tonight if we do hit the likes goal. So that is ahead in the live stream. The AI images will come up before we do the Field Jam if we hit that. We do have a cover video as well, of course, that's being voted for in the live chat room, and those are, or at least the vote is between Just Got Lucky and I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. So those are the two potential cover songs for tonight. Interesting thing that happened on the last live stream. I've mentioned before about how on some videos you get copyright claims from companies and people that just seem really weird, that they definitely don't own the copyright to that particular song. And that happened on the last live stream. I got a copyright claim for More Than Words, but it wasn't More Than Words by Extreme. It was More Than Words by somebody in Malaysia who's registered that as their song, and they made a claim on my live stream. And this is what I've said on other live streams, that the cover videos that I do, when I play them on a live stream, the ad revenue goes to the copyright owner, and it should be the copyright owner of that song. But this copyright is not claimed by Universal, which is the label that should be, taking care of the publishing. It came from this Malaysian person, and it was like something like BHU Da something or other was the name of either the artist or the album. But of course what it was his cover of More Than Words. So he's done a cover of More Than Words, he's registered that as an original work, and now he's claiming copyright for More Than Words, but the actual More Than Words, because that's, I was doing the extreme version, he did the extreme version, and he's just claiming that copyright. So yeah, again, this is just something that is just following on from a couple of weeks ago when I said on the live streams about getting copyright claims from people or companies that definitely don't own that song. I guarantee you that songwriters, copyright owners, are not signing over their rights to somebody who's covered their song in Malaysia or any other country. It's like with my songs, if somebody did a cover of Don't Cry or Paris Nord, it's the same as them doing the cover and me agreeing to give them the ad revenue for my song for wherever it's used on the internet. So I now no longer own my song or get any revenue for it. There's no way that major labels are doing that. So yeah, when I thought about the rabbit hole being potentially endless about these copyright claims and businesses and companies setting up aliases to then do a cover version of a song and register that as a new song, but claiming it as More Than Words, and yeah, thinking about the implications of that, I mean, it could be a worldwide thing. And I thought, well, when you think about these call center scams, is it a scam where they've got loads of people in a room all registering cover songs as their own, and they might even be what they could be doing is taking the audio of say for example somebody watches my More Than Words video, they take the audio from my video, register it as an original work, and then they claim the ad revenue from anybody that does a cover of More Than Words, whether it's my version or not. So they don't even have to play it in the first place. They could take my stuff illegally and register it as or themselves, the copyright owners. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I'm going to be looking into probably early next year. But the implications of it are crazy. That you could have people just in a room all doing this con, so that they're getting ad revenue. Think of all the millions of channels that must be doing covers of other people's songs. If they can register a copyright and kind of bypass that copyright system of YouTube, they'll be making millions from ad revenue. It'll be ridiculous. So, but anyway, that just reminded me of something that happened on the last live stream. So, yes, and the problem is with copyright claims, because I know people will say, well, why don't you dispute it? If you dispute a claim and the person or company that you're disputing it with, if they throw it out or, I don't know, object to your dispute, you get a copyright strike on your channel. And if you get 3 of those, your channel's deleted. So if somebody's actually committing a fraud, they can get your channel deleted by saying, "Oh no, that's we do own this song," even though they don't. And it's all automated, so all they'd have to do is object to my dispute, and I'd get a copyright strike. Only then need 2 more, and my whole channel's gone. So that's the problem, that I can't, and this is why the scam would work so well. I can't dispute more than probably 2 videos at a time, and I mean, I've already got, I think, 2 on the go, because they are copyright claims that are so ridiculous. I know the company or person copyright claiming my video doesn't own the copyright. I know it for a fact. So I have disputed 2 claims. If I was to do a third, it means that you could literally, for maybe over a few days, 3 of those disputes get, thrown back at me, and now my channel's disappeared. Everyone logs on to see what's Wings of Pegasus doing, or maybe tuning into a live stream, and I don't exist anymore. Wings of Pegasus would have nothing on YouTube. So that's the problem, that you can't just dispute every claim, and that's probably why this scam, if it is indeed a scam, which I think it most likely is, would be so effective, because your hands are tied as soon as you get a copyright claim. Unless you want to risk your channel, then you can't really do much about it. So anyway, yes, there's another chapter in this whole copyright thing going on that seems to be very weird. Right, let's get everything on screen that we normally do. We've got we haven't got the likeometer up on screen yet. So let me see what's going on with that. I can see over there we are at 285 likes so far. That means we're looking for 100 more. If you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And what a time to look at the counter or the likeometer to give me a nice, easy calculation. So we're now looking for 99, and now it's moved on a little bit. So what's 97? Or what is it now? It's 200. Oh, it's just jumped up. Let me just stick with that original that I said we needed 100, and then we'll go with that. So yes, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. See if we can get a spike of the likes going on. Let's have a plug of the mug while we're spiking the likes. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, then you can do by clicking on the tray underneath this video, if indeed you do have a tray. If you don't, there's a link in the description below to take you through to the spring.com store, where you can get your hands on a mug or a hoodie or a t-shirt or tumblers and caps and all that kind of stuff. And if you really want to, you can wear all of your items while watching a live stream, or you can take a picture of yourself wearing all of your items, or just a picture of your items, whether it be a mug or a hat and hoodie, if you want to model one of those. And if you are a Facebook user, you can upload those to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over there. You can join in with that group, and then I will get linked to those pictures from or by Laura from that Facebook page. I'm just clicking on that to make sure that I can access the messages for Picture Corner a little bit later on, because I'll read out some of the stuff that Laura has sent me that is associated with the pictures that we'll look at. Right, the other thing that we get up on screen is the donations tab, because, as I always say, you don't have to donate. Just watching the live stream is great. Just watching the channel is great. Maybe hitting the thumbs up is a little bit better, but you can do whatever you like. You can leave a comment as well, and if you are watching this live stream, you can introduce yourself into that live chat room. That's how we roll, and we all get to know each other and know each other's usernames. And sometimes when we do have a picture from somebody, then we can associate the actual person with the username that we see in the live streams. So let's have a little look. I can see Orlando's just donated, so let's get through through the donations in that super chat window. But quickly, before we do, you don't have to donate. Just watching is great, but just in case you can't resist donating, then I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link in the description below. You can find that in there. Right, so we had a donation of $5 from Paul. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is 334,000 subscribers. Yay! Let's have fun tonight. Spread the love and spike those likes, all y'all rock. So thank you for that, Paul. And Orlando then donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message was spike the likes with a thumbs up. Show those aliens what we are about. So Thank you for that, Orlando. It seems like the live streams now all of a sudden becoming alien live streams, but it's just because we started talking about it. I think it's Skinwalker Ranch's fault. But, let me just quickly talk about that. Just get this out of the way. Did I say this on the last live stream? That the last episode of the series here in the UK is always them going over the stuff that we've already seen in the series. And it's the same with Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. And they show everything that you've already seen. Actually, they said, and bonus footage. But the bonus footage is about 2 minutes. So, I did a test. I watched Skinwalker Ranch. And I timed it. It's an hour-long show. And the show lasts for 45 minutes. Because there are 3 advert breaks. And each of those have a 5-minute duration. So, you got a 45-minute show. And they did flashbacks to stuff we've already seen 13 times. I went through the whole episode and I marked down when we were then going into like a 30-second or a minute's worth of footage that we've already seen before. Because this is the thing that annoys me, because I've watched the series from the first series, so I don't need reminding. It's almost like every show, they're making it as if you've never seen it before. So it means that they're covering everything of the previous 3 series or 4 series, because this is the end of the 4th series. So they keep covering stuff. So there were 13 flashbacks within this 45-minute period. And I thought, well, if they're spending half a minute or a minute on a flashback to stuff we've already seen, the show must be about half an hour or less than that in terms of the actual new stuff you see. And a lot of the new stuff you see is just them talking about the old stuff before they do the flashback. So this is what I do find a bit frustrating, is I want to see new stuff. That's why I'm watching a new episode. But just the way that they edit it, obviously they don't have a lot of stuff or new stuff to put in. So they have to try and, well, obviously the more you can fill out a show, the more episodes you can get, the more adverts you can get, the more adverts you can get, the more money you can make. So I think that's just, the way of it, unfortunately. And then the same with Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. They did exactly the same thing. And another thing that I've actually seen in other shows, when they do this, they do something, like with ghost investigation shows, they do something and then they say, oh, wow, look at these results that we found. And then they say, let's go and tell this person what we found. And then they film the people telling the other people what they found. But we already know what they found. So that's like 5 or 10 minutes. And then they film the people telling other people what they found. So you've got the people tell those people who tell those people. And you've got like an hour's worth of show that's just 5 minutes and then filming people telling other people about what they've found. So, it's a very good way of wasting time and obviously making more money from your show and making a 5-minute show into an hour's show. But yeah, it's just like, what purpose is this serving? It's not really doing anything for me as a viewer, because I already know what you've found out. So why am I looking at you telling other people finding what you found out? So yeah, a bit frustrating. And now we have to wait till the next series, whenever that's going to be, probably next year sometime. So yeah, we will see. And sure enough, Series 5 will recap everything, I guarantee you, in the first 4 series. And they'll say, last year we did an investigation where we drilled into the top of the mesa and we hit an object. And they'll go through everything. That I can literally repeat it verbatim because they go through it so many times. I don't need to see it again. I could literally relate it myself to what they found and exactly what they said. So anyway, back to the donations. So thank you for that. Orlando. David has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, David. The message is, thank you, Phil, for bringing the joy of music into our lives. Thank you for that, David. No problem at all. Orlando has donated $5 again and says, your current situation sounds like an Elvis impersonator suing another Elvis impersonator. So thank you for that, Orlando. And that's the whole copyright thing. And I mean, it's not even like that. It's technically what's happening is, if you took Elvis isn't a very good example because he wasn't a songwriter, but if you take Sir Paul McCartney, imagine one of his songs he's made and it's his song. It's like him getting copyright claimed by somebody else who registered a cover of one of his songs as their own song. So now he's having to dispute a claim on his own song from somebody else who's claiming it's their song. So that's what it would be like. So it's even worse than that. It's not even an impersonator suing another impersonator. It's an impersonator claiming they own the copyright against an actual person who did write it. So at least with the impersonators, the actual copyright owner isn't drawn into that. But the actual ownership of the song is what's being disputed and what's being claimed by these people. So yeah, I mean, even that scenario does sound stupid, but it's even more stupid than that, if you can believe it. So thank you for that, Orlando. And there have been some donations over on PayPal as well. So thank you guys for those. And we will jump into those quickly. And I want to make sure that I don't miss any out from the end of the last live stream. And right at the end of the last live stream, Jean Marie donated £3.80. And I do think I mentioned that. I can remember that at the end of the last live stream. So we then had a donation from Amy at 10:37 on Wednesday morning. So thank you for that, Amy. And that was a donation of £5. And it was a straight up donation. And then we had another donation that came through from Nicole for £12. So thank you for that, Nicole. And the message is, hello, Phil. Let's ride together toward a rock Christmas. Good weekend, Phil. Take care. Cheers. So thank you for that, Nicole. And yes, we are getting ever closer to Christmas. This is always the thing that happens with me pretty much every year. But I think just with time in general, I always feel like when I'm at the beginning of the month that, there's ages until Christmas, and you got 3 weeks, something like that, and then it's the 16th of December now, and that means that not tomorrow but the week after tomorrow, that is Christmas Eve. That's going to be the Christmas Eve live stream. So I think, right, I better get myself organised. So it's only just over a week, which is crazy. But hang on, it's the 16th today, basically the 17th. We're half an hour from the 17th here, so that would make it a week until Christmas Eve. So yeah, things are really moving along. But yeah, we will be live streaming, by the way, on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve like we normally do. That's going to be on the Sunday. So next Saturday's live stream is just going to be carried over to the Sunday. Rather than doing 2 live streams in a row, we will just postpone Saturdays until Sunday, and then it will be the Christmas Eve live stream. So look out for that one. Obviously, I will create that as a live stream, but I am going to be live streaming next Tuesday as normal, so I'll mention it then as well. But thank you for that, Nicole. And Janice has donated £30 as well. Thank you for that, Janice. And the message is, I want everyone to know that your real name is not Philip Henley. I asked the AI program ChatGPT to tell me about Wings of Pegasus. The answer was that Wings of Pegasus is a YouTube channel and music project created by British musician Filippo Cinerella or Kinarella. I don't know how you'd say that. Sorry, Filippo, the cat is out of the bag. So thank you for that, Janice. And I mean, you have to tell my parents that they're the ones that came up with the name, not me. And I'm sure that'll be a surprise to them, because I think they're pretty sure that they gave me the name Philip Henley. But there we go. AI. I suppose this is the thing about AI. It gets some things wrong, or just weirdly wrong. I don't know where that name's come from. But as you see later on tonight, it can do some really interesting things. So thank you for that, Janice. And we have another donation that's come through from Tammy for £10. So thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi, Phil. Congratulations again for hitting 334,000 subscribers. What one thing are you most grateful for this holiday season? Keep on rocking. So thank you for that, Tammy. And I mean, I'm sure I've had this question a few times, but I always say that I'm most grateful for just having a roof over my head, which is good, and having enough money to buy food so that I can survive, and family as well, especially in the holiday season. I think family is a huge thing and a very important thing, especially around Christmas and birthdays throughout the year, all that kind of stuff. So yes, that's what I'd say. Not one of these people that is I don't know, into buying cars. I know that some guys are like into buying fast cars and all that kind of stuff, whereas the material stuff I'm not too bothered about. This is another thing that's been happening in London. I think it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's in London. People having their either Rolex watches stolen or really expensive watches stolen. And I mean, my thought on that is, and what they do is they come up to people on like a moped and they jump off, and sometimes they've got like a machete or something, and they say to people, they just threaten them to give them their watch. But my thought on that is, don't have a watch that's worth £5,000. Have one that's worth about 30 quid, because then they're not going to bother. So, but I guess this is the thing in London. There are a lot of people who do have a lot of money, and maybe they like to show off that they have a lot of money, and they, wear like gold chains and maybe, really expensive watches that are just a ridiculous amount of money. But I'm thankful for just the things I have that mean I get to, live comfortably. And especially when you see on the news, like I've said before, about it being a lottery where you're born, I feel even more thankful that I am in England, and I was born in this country, and at the moment, this country is a safe place to be in. Fingers crossed it does continue to be like that in the future, but who knows? I mean, the world seems to be taking a bit of a turn for the worse wherever you look. So, we will see in the future, but I am thankful for that as well. So, the birth lottery, as it is, that I was born in England, and I have the things that I need to survive. Because, even here in the UK, there are people that are homeless, and I was just thinking about that MP who said about homeless people that it was a lifestyle choice, and then she got sacked. But again, so even the MPs here in the UK are just, you can't understand the mindset of some of them. Actually, I say most of them I don't understand. I'm not really into politics, because I can't really understand how on any level they can get paid the amount that they are paid and then say to the country, oh, we haven't got enough money to do this or to invest in that. And say, well, what about your paycheck? Can't we just take maybe 50 grand out of that because you're getting 100 grand, 200 grand, 500,000? Because and I know the hours they work. They are not putting in the hours to earn that kind of money. So this is what's interesting, especially here in the UK. Recently, we've had a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And it's where people go on the show who are celebrities, and they have to do challenges and stuff. And it's like basically camping for 3 weeks. But on there was an MP. And he said that as an MP, all you have to do is turn up for work about 11 in the morning. And as soon as you turn up, that means you get a check for £300. That's what, $500, something like that. And then you can leave at 2. You just have to turn up and then go there, sit in, where they have kind of the chambers, or people talk about different laws and things that they're thinking of doing, and they just argue with each other. And then you go home at 2 and you earn £300. That is a ridiculous amount of money for just a few hours work, and they're not even working. They're just looking, discussing things and basically arguing. So I've never understood politics, and I think that the whole system is wrong. If there's a situation where they can be paid that, and then you get nurses and, just everyone in the NHS who are working literally 12 hours, if not more than that, every day to save people's lives, and they're not making enough money to pay their rent and might be homeless. So something's wrong there, but that's politics. And like I said, I'm not really into it because I don't understand how they can do that on any level. You think, well, cap their income at, as much as you need to pay a reasonable rent and have food for have money for food and water, and then that's it, cap it there. All the rest that you were being paid, give that to the NHS and put it into communities, help the homeless, do all that kind of stuff. But that's never going to happen, because it means that MPs go away with less money, which they'll never vote for, because that's the thing. You have to vote it through. Anyway, let's get away from that. We don't talk about politics for that reason, because it's just ridiculous. So thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 334,000 subscribers. Why do you think songs like Stairway to Heaven become so classic and iconic? You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that, Debbie. And I think generally any song that, just becomes iconic and just stands, the test of time and all those kinds of things, it's usually just a perfect storm of, and even when I say a perfect storm, there's got to be so many things that come together in order to make it happen. So you've got to have a band that are, or even a solo artist, that are encapsulating maybe the feeling at the time, either in the population or in the media. That can be one thing. It can be political, with particular songs that then hit a chord or a nerve with kind of the mainstream public. But generally what you're going to have is a good song. And this is the thing that's so hard to write, is just having a great song. And once you've got a great song, you've then got to have musicians that have the ability to execute the song to a high level, to give it expression, to give the song technical ability. And when you're talking about, Stairway to Heaven, of course, you're talking about a band who had a standalone vocalist and, standalone instrumentalists, and each instrumentalist would bring something unique to the band. So it's like you've got almost, individual artists who would excel at what they do, whether it be playing an instrument or singing. They would excel by themselves, but they've been put together. So, it's already a great mix of talent. But then, once you add that all together, obviously the result of that is going to be potentially just a great musical coming together, but a possible great creation of something that, I don't know, it's difficult to put your finger on. Like with the great hits, there's something in the song, something in the recording that is a feeling, and it's almost like you hear the relationship between the musicians. So it means that you can't put your finger on what it is, because you can get loads of bands, covering Stairway to Heaven, but it's not the same as what it was when it was recorded in the studio, when it was released, and the feeling that was encapsulated within that when these great musicians got together. So yeah, it's that perfect storm of having great technical ability. That goes for singing as well, having just a great song with great melody and great production. That's another thing, that a lot of the huge hits, the production flies under the radar, because it's always just a really great song to listen to from a production perspective. So you've got that, and then that point that I mentioned at the beginning, which is encapsulating either the feeling of the audience, the public, or making a political point is another thing that makes a song kind of stand out at a particular time. And then it becomes classic and iconic because it captured the imagination of people that were listening to it. So yeah, that can sometimes be the case as well. So it's just a perfect storm, but it's got to be, you'll never have a song that's not a great song become a huge hit and be iconic. Usually there's lots of things that have come together in order to make it. It's not just kind of just one thing. There've been plenty of artists who have written a song and then they might have even recorded that song themselves and it wasn't a hit, but then somebody else came along and did a version of that song, and then everyone knew it, and it captured the imagination of the public, and then it became a huge hit from then on. So this is it, that sometimes it's not just a song, you can't just do it with a song by itself. You have to have other elements to it, bringing in those either capturing the imagination of the public, or having a political edge to it, or having an artist that could do something different with it, that it makes it sound different to how it was originally performed, and all that kind of stuff. Or somebody with great technical ability as a singer or an instrumentalist. And this happened a lot back in the 60s. You just had great singers who would be singing songs that they didn't write, but they were huge hits because of the emotion and their technical ability as singers to put that emotion and tell the story of the song in such an authentic way, even though they didn't write the song themselves. So, I mean, the ultimate example of that is Elvis. The fact that he wasn't writing these songs, but he was making them into huge hits because they were good songs, but because of the way that he did it. So yeah, anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. And Bridget has donated 320 pounds and says congrats on 334,000 subscribers. So thank you for that, Bridget. And yes, that is it's because it's a short message. It's very close to the donation number. So thank you for that. And Karen has donated £50 as well. So thank you for that, Karen. And that is a straight up donation. And Deborah has donated £5. So thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is Happy Christmas for a chocolate orange. So yeah, that's something that I have already on my Christmas list. Everyone's been made well aware of my chocolate orange request. And I think it's something that you can't have too many chocolate oranges. So if I can maybe get a couple or a few of them, maybe they can last for a very long time. Who knows? But I've certainly put in a request for as many chocolate oranges as possible. But I do have requests for, other things. This year, I have been quite good with my requests because my sister said, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I always say, I don't know. But there are some things that I do actually need. And it just happens to have, come around at this time of year. And one of those is a new mouse mat for, you can't see it from your camera angle, but this mouse mat I've had for maybe 4 years, 5 years, maybe even more than that. So yeah, it's getting a little bit worn out because, as you can imagine, I'm moving the mouse all the time on this thing. For many hours every day. So it's all a bit worn down, so I need to get another one. And when I say a mouse mat, it's not a small mat. It's about this big and like that, and then I've cut it to fit the size of the desk so that whenever a thing that annoyed me about the mouse mat that I had before is that it was just a small square. So when you're doing editing and stuff, and I kept rolling off the top of it and it was really annoying. So I thought I'm just going to get a really big mouse mat, cut it to size so that most of the desk is covered by it. So then I can just move the mouse all over the place and not come off the edge of the mat all the time. So yeah, that's something I have asked for Christmas from my sister. I actually managed to give her something that she might be able to get for me. So fingers crossed, we will see what happens. But hopefully, yes, chocolate orange, fingers crossed, is already clearly noted by my family. So, by the way, we have hit our likes goal. I was just about to do some maths, as we say here, and I don't have to because we're at 428 likes, which means we are past the 385 that we were aiming for. So we are going to be having a jam at the end of this live stream. So thank you guys for that. You can keep on hitting that thumbs up, of course. Really does help this live stream to get out there and for the channel to grow on the whole. If you're part of the catch-up crew, then you can still hit the thumbs up. Every thumbs up does help. So yes, we will jump into that super chat window just quickly because we've had, I think, another donation from Orlando for $2. So thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is Filippo, that is rich, with a laughing face. So thank you for that, Orlando. And yeah, Filippo, I don't know, is that maybe the Italian version of it? My name is Norwegian, so hence why it's Philip with an F, but it is definitely Filip. So yeah, no Italian stuff going on, at least none that I know of. I know that just because my parents, that I'm mostly English, and I think probably, technically mostly Scottish. My mum was born in Scotland, and a little bit, but maybe mostly a little bit, but mostly Norwegian as well. So there's kind of a mix of a few different things going on there. So yeah, the Norwegian side was my dad's mother, so my grandmother, from Norway. So yeah, not sure what percentages that makes me, but as with most people, when they look into their ancestry and see, what percentages they have of particular places, I don't know. There's got to be some more European places that I'm from, going all the way back. Maybe Filippo was one of my ancestors. Who knows? We'll have to do an investigation. That would take much too long for a live stream. But, I wouldn't be surprised if something Italian happened somewhere. Right. We are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video. Where are we at time-wise? We are at 11:48 here in the UK, so almost 10 to midnight, and I think we are pretty much organised with everything. I feel like I'm forgetting to mention something about something, but I can't think of what that is at the moment. So yeah, we'll just keep on pushing forward. And I mean, we are going to be having the fill jam, so let me check how long that's going to be so that we have enough time at the end of the live stream. And number 66, it is 5 minutes and 47 seconds. So okay, it's not a really long one, so we might be able to just kind of shoehorn in here another something, another either riff of the week or a fill tune. And could we fit that in either between, I tell you what, we might do it before or we might do it after. I tell you what, let's cut to the chase with the cover video and end the poll over there. It looked like I Just Died in Your Arms tonight has 54% of the vote. So thank you guys for voting for that. We'll jump into this and I'll have a little look into the live chat room. And if you can... Joe says message was bumped. Refresh message window. Okay, right. So I'll do that while this cover is playing. And then... yeah, we'll jump into maybe a riff of the week or maybe a fill tune. Let me know what you want to see, because we do have an extra little bit of space. I think we're just about okay for time on tonight's live stream. And Barbara says you forgot hair talk update. Yeah, well, this isn't usually a section on the live streams, but tonight's hair update is, for some reason, I don't know, it's quite fluffy hair. So my hair is quite fluffy, and for some reason, this part of my hair, it was curling forwards, I think, on the last live stream. Now it's curling backwards. So again, it's literally curling in the totally opposite direction that it did before. And this is the thing with my hair. Who knows what's going on? It's always totally random as to, and as you can see on the other side, look at that curling up. So the curls are entirely random, but they're curling in such a way that I can see, which is always a bonus. But there's tonight's hair update. We will jump into, we'll probably talk about hair with the AI picture a little bit later on after this. So stay tuned for that, because yeah, the AI image certainly does warrant a point made about the hair that the AI has come up with. So let's jump into this, my version of I Just Died in Your Arms tonight. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock!
I just died in your arms tonight. The curtains are closed, the cat's in a cradle. Who'd have thought that a boy like me could come to this? Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been some kind of kiss. I should've walked away. I should've walked away. Is there any just cause for feeling like this? On the surface, I'm a name on the list. I try to be discreet, but then blow it again. I've lost and found, it's my final mistake. She's loving by proxy, no give and no take. 'Cause I've been free to fantasy one too many times. Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been some kind of kiss. I should've walked away. I should've walked away. It was a long, hard night. She made it easy, she made it feel right. But now it's over, the moment is gone. I follow my hands, not my head. I know I was wrong. I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. Whoa, I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been some kind of kiss. I should've walked away. I should've walked away.
And there we have it. That was my version of I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed that one by Cutting Crew, of course. Now, let's get into maybe Picture Corner. I think the thing is with Picture Corner, I'm going to be talking about it for probably about 10 minutes because of the images that we're going to be taking a look at. So I didn't really see very many. Actually, I was just refreshing the screen on the left hand side to see the message from Joe, and now I do see that bumped message there, so thank you for that, Joe. And yes, whether we'll jump into riff of the week or just go straight into, I think we'll just go straight into Picture Corner because I have to actually do the screen capture. That's something I forgot to do before starting the live stream. So who knows what it's going to appear like on screen. Let me just do a quick test. Okay, the images are all the same kind of size. So we will jump into Picture Corner. As to whether it will be on the screen in the middle or on the right, on the left, who knows. But let's jump into Picture Corner and have a look at some of these pictures. Okay, so let me get the screen grab. Oh, and it's off to the side. So, bit of an alien theme to tonight's Picture Corner. And, I mean, that's not my fault. It's just what's been sent in. So, let me actually grab this and move it over a little bit here. So we can see a little bit more centrally. This was... And the AI images that I spoke about are these images for tonight's... I'm just looking at that, whether it can go up a little bit. But for tonight's Picture Corner. So this one, the message came through from Laura saying, Cindy and her sister Terry worked together to create this image of you having an alien encounter. Here are the instructions they gave AI. Create a realistic image of a man with long, dark, 80s rocker hair, seen from behind holding a white Stratocaster electric guitar and talking to an alien. They got two images. The first is above. So this is the first image. And as you can see, the AI has given the alien the guitar. And it looks like, I mean, the hair, I'd say, is a little bit on the big side. But having said that, it looks like the kind of hair where you back comb it and then it gets really big. I've never back combed my hair, so I don't know how big it could get, because it pretty much always, certainly when I was using that thicker shampoo stuff, it did get very thick indeed. So I'm not using that anymore, but my hair I think is pretty thick enough as it is. And the other problem that I have is if I were to back comb it, then it would get even more knotted than it already gets knotted without doing anything to it. So yeah, I'd probably be stuck with knotted hair for about 5 years if I did back comb it. So anyway, that's what that picture looks like. So thank you for sending that one in, Cindy and Terry, and Laura for linking me to it. We have another one, and this must be the second picture. So as Laura did mention, there is some weird stuff going on here. So obviously you've got the hair, which is kind of, quite big again. It looks actually too straight to be my hair, because it looks much too uniform. For me, it needs to be curling all over the place and being a little bit annoying. But what we do have here, obviously, is an alien. Probably, I don't know what he's saying, but it looks like he's trying to explain something. He's maybe asking why my arm is a little bit stuck in the guitar, and then now it's disappeared. Let me get that back. And why? I mean, this would be a good trick. Imagine being able to play guitar like that with your hand wrapped around so that your hand actually faces the opposite way to it would do or should do normally. So there we go. That is that. Now this is the one that I'm very interested to look at, because the following picture is an AI imagination of me and an alien. Take a look at this. So this is the AI doing an AI version, obviously, of Phil from Wings of Pegasus, and then an alien. This one, I mean, what gets me about this is that, I mean, it's pretty good, you've got to say. I think this even kind of got my watch in there as well. So the hair, I think, is spot on. Pretty much everything about me is spot on. Not sure what's on my t-shirt, but I mean, all that had to be was Jurassic Park, and then it would be almost like this was a photo shoot of me and an alien. So let me actually bring this off the screen, because I want to see if at the back of my head here, there I can make the tuft of hair that the AI had. Let me get it. No, it's not going to be in Picture Corner, but look at this picture. There's a tuft at the back of my hair there, and I can do that tuft. So, I mean, that is... Look at that. I don't know whether you can see it. It's entirely correct. The AI version of me. So, I mean, that's the most impressive thing that I've seen of an AI. I mean, it's pretty much got my hair and me exactly. Certainly the hair is I think bang on. I could literally go from one to the next. Let me see if I can do it. So we've got, this is me, and that's me as well. So yeah, even the length kind of stops about there. So yeah, well done to the AI on that particular one. And let me read out actually what it was with it. With that second one, I tell you what, let's go into Picture Corner again so that I can get organised and read it all out properly. Because with this second one, there was another message that said, here's the second image. You now have the Stratocaster. Here's Cindy's comment. I think we've solved the problem with your right arm, Phil. You need to have the neck of your guitar surgically removed from your forearm. So thank you for that. And let me read out some of the comments that came with this AI image. Right, from this one. So, okay, Laura says, image 3, this one has all kinds of fun comments from the group. See below. Christina said, Phil threatened by Auto-Tuner, the evil alien. Dina said, what is the line in That's Metal? You better believe me when I tell you to run. Kathy said the AI hair is magnificent. So I'd have to agree with that, is pretty accurate. Elaine says, something tells me we're going to have another 45-minute alien live stream tonight. So yeah, it wasn't quite 45 minutes, well, not yet anyway. Barbara said alien talk, check. And and that's it for the Picture Corner. So there we go. I don't know if you guys can remember the AI picture that was sent in before that was just a bit spooky because it was so bad that it was obviously an AI trying to invent something. But I mean, look at how it's advancing. Soon I won't need to do any photo shoots, not that I do them anyway. Well, that's why. I won't have to do a photo shoot. I just say to AI what I want to do, even posing with aliens, and it'll be able to come up with that. And I'll say, oh, this was back in 2022 where I had a guest on the live stream who was an alien, and we're just chatting about lots of different things. Anyway, let's get back out of Picture Corner and see what we're doing time-wise. 4 minutes past midnight, which means the backing track was 5 minutes, was it? Almost 6 minutes, which would take us through to 10 past. Right, let's jump into something quickly, either a riff of the week or a fill tune. So whichever request I see first, we will jump into. First of all, thank you Stardust Unicorn for that $1.99 donation, and support band to Wings of Pegasus says vibes. So thank you for that, and I'm just keeping an eye on that live chat room to see if anybody wants a fill tune. Okay, Ellen says fill tune is a good idea. Right, let's jump over to Patreon and see what's going on over there. Cindy requests Guff Fest. Tammy says fireworks. I always forget whether I've got the fireworks on the software or not, but I think last time I actually had to capture it from YouTube, so I might not be able to do that one. Liz says Guff Fest. Okay, right, so that's the second vote for Guff Fest. And Barbara, Guff Fest as well. Janice says Guff Fest. Okay, right, that's enough requests for Guff Fest to jump into it. So this is a real life story. A real life story from my past that they're now called Phil Tunes. And we'll jump into this and then we'll get into the Phil Jam after this. So I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you after. Rock!
Holy gosh, guys, you will not believe what I have just managed to secure.
What are you talking about? Can't you see we're right in the middle of watching Jeremy Kyle?
Well, I have just managed to secure us as the headline act in this year's biggest and only festival in Maidenhead. On Monday evening.
Monday evening? Sounds like a very queer time to have the final big act of the festival. Well, I guess it must be a bank holiday for the crowds to be there.
I think we should not check and just assume that is the case. It would be great to play to a festival crowd. I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Well, I can't believe we are going to be on the main stage. This is so awesome.
Well, it can't hurt to get our music out to a larger audience and to play on a large stage. It will be a great experience for us. Hello there, I wonder if you can help me. My band are due to headline the Guff Fest and we can't find the venue. Do you know where it is? We stupidly thought we would be able to follow the crowds, but we must be in the totally wrong vicinity. Any ideas?
Oh yes. This is Guff Fest. Are you Phil Henley?
Heck. Sorry. Yes, I am Phil. I do apologize, but I seem to have missed where it is being held. Where is the crowd and where is the main stage?
The main stage, or stage 1, is located over in that direction. Stages 2 and 3 are in the opposite direction, with the acoustic stage just in front of the toilets.
Okay, great, thanks. So where do we unload to get to the main stage? Is the space on stage to have our equipment ready while the previous band are playing? And also, how far away is the field and stage, as I can't hear the crowds and I assume it must be a long walk from here?
Note, the main stage is behind you. If you look on the floor, there is some gaffer tape on the floor running diagonally across the corner of the room with main stage written on it.
Ha, for a second there I thought you said there wasn't actually a stage and that it was just a floor divided into 2 sections depicted by gaffer tape.
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, I seem to have been misled by the use of the term festival. This is in fact just a room with gaffer tape on the floor in 3 corners of the room depicting stages 1, 2 and 3. It also seems to get to the toilets you have to walk directly through the acoustic stage while the person is performing, not to mention of course the unique aroma that is being generated from behind the stage.
This is the way we set it up every year and it's always worked very well.
How many people do you get on average a year coming to this pub? Sorry, festival.
We tend not to count in numbers as I find them misleading. I hate figures.
Great. Well, I shall take that answer as attendance is minimal. Well, we have 10 friends and family coming down at least, thank ruddy heck.
Do they realize it is £6 to get in on the door?
Holy guff. Are you yanking my crank? How can you justify that entry fee? That means you will be making at least £60 from us alone. And that is before any beverage purchase being taken into account. How much are we getting paid for this gig? Sorry. Festival.
We don't pay the bands, not even petrol money, because we are totally out of order.
Well, to be fair, that seems to be common practice these days.
Yes, and also the bands that we book to play are not checked beforehand, so they could be the worst band we've ever heard.
Well, again, at least you are following the common guidelines. So shall we set up now while there is nobody around? Haha. That was a joke.
Okay. Also, we might ask you to turn yourselves down somehow, as some people prefer to watch the television, which we leave on during performances.
Fantastic. Well, do we at least get any free drinks or food? We will be here for 6 hours in total after all.
We will allow you free tap water all evening.
That's absolutely fantastic. For some reason water is something I feel like I need to stay alive, so having it from a tap for free seems like a great offer. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I will. Right, I had better get back to the van and tell the guys the good news about the extortionate ticket price, not getting paid, no stage, and no crowd. Thank you for this opportunity and this great festival. Before I leave, I must inform you this has now become the worst day of my life. Bye.
One last thing, while we were talking I could see your car was getting a parking ticket.
That's brilliant. Bye.
And there we have it. That was the Guff Fest Phil tune. We are going to be jumping into the Phil Jam for tonight, and we have 481 likes so far. So thank you everyone for hitting the thumbs up. You can keep on doing that if you are watching on catch up in the future. And again, if you want to get involved over on Facebook, you can join the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over there. Right. Now let's jump over to Joe's message here. And I remembered to turn on the microphone, which is always good, so we can actually hear what's going on. And number 66, Joe says Gem, some distortion, legato, no ending, fades out, don't forget mic amp. Yeah, oh, so yeah, got that. Let me click on this and mute the advert so that we can jump straight into it. I've got all stuff in front of the screen, which doesn't help. Right, so let me click on that. Right, this is Wistful hard rock ballad backing track in A minor, and this is coming from Dope's Tracks. So like DOPEZ, and then tracks, two separate words. That's the channel on YouTube, or Dopez Tracks, if you want to say it like that. And we're going to be jumping into this. As for the levels, let me know. I can't remember whether we'll just kind of gauge it as to whether it's a clean track or a dirty track. But, I mean, effects-wise, let me know what the mix is like, and I'll try and edit it as we go through. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it kind of somewhere close. I'll start on just clean. Zoom out. There's the red dude. Okay, we're ready to go. Oh, that was the end. Wow, that went quickly. I thought we had maybe at least another minute or two to go. So, there we go. That was tonight's Fill Jam. I think that one went more quickly because there's like a clean bit and then a dirty bit. I mean, with distortion. So we had a little bit of a different progression going on. We weren't changing keys or anything, but you know what I mean. We had a little bit of a dynamic change, which was cool. So there we go. That was tonight's Fill Jam. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and for ensuring that I had another jam along to a random track sent over by Joe. So thank you for that, Joe. Right, we are going to be back with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. We're going to be live streaming again on Tuesday night, of course, at 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. So that's where I will be. If you can make it, that would be great as well. And then we're going to have another video Wednesday, of course, and Friday, of course. And then on Sunday, we have the Christmas Eve live stream. So look out for that one as well. So all that's left for me to say is thank you guys for watching. Try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!